I'm the best in the world at taking care of problems. Every one of my targets eventually disappears because of an accident. This time, my target was a billionaire who made his fortune in human trafficking. He lived on the top floor of a high-rise in downtown Sydney. His security was about as tight as the President of the United States. The walls and floors of his place were nearly a meter of solid concrete. Every door was made of 15 centimeters of solid nickel chromium steel. It was practically a fortress in the sky. But this billionaire loved to swim and had a suspended pool built for himself, made of high-strength glass. I decided that pool was my way in. I'd create a small accident to make him disappear for good. First, I pretended to be interested in renting and managed to snap a picture of the keys to the room closest to the penthouse. Then I carefully mapped out the room's layout and put together a detailed plan. I ran through the entire process in my head, over and over again. Wind speed, humidity, the glass's tension, the target's usual swimming time. All of it. There was no room for error. To pull this off silently, the first thing I had to deal with was that high-strength glass. This kind of laminated safety glass is tough to get through, even with a bullet, let alone making it shatter like it was just an accident. Brute force was the worst option. So for this, I prepared a special gift, a 2-part chemical agent. Separately, they're stable and harmless. But once they're mixed in precise ratios, they become the ultimate assassin for the glass's molecular structure. It can make the glass crumble in just 20 seconds. On the day of the operation, I waited for the target to leave. I changed into a maintenance worker's uniform and slipped into the building. I secured my suction cups and outriggers, used a blade to cut away the ceiling adhesive, and opened the window, just enough for me to slip through. Then, using my specialized gear, I started climbing up, following the seams of the building's curtain wall. It wasn't long before I was right underneath the pool. The suction cups had a powerful grip, and I moved hand over hand until I reached the far end. I took out my drill and started making a hole. Just then, the target came down, getting ready for his swim. The very moment he jumped into the water, I had already placed the chemical agent inside the hole. Next, I used a syringe to inject the catalyst. That's when he saw me, but it was already too late. The glass shattered between the two of us. I quickly released my suction cups and rappelled down. The water from the pool was already starting to pour out. Just as I got back into the room, the cracks were spreading wider. The massive suction made it impossible for the target to swim to safety.